is up, everybody? A wonderful day that we have here today. We got the wonderful Miss Tina in town.
Hey, guys.
This is Tina the Cuban. That's why I always call her, just because it seems like it's accurate. And it also helps because whenever you're trying to explain things to people on the left and they immediately don't want to care about what you have to say, if you say that she's Cuban, you immediately get above and beyond, defense mechanism annihilated. It's almost like the ability for you now to be able to say, I'm actually a girl, when somebody's trying to say something to you. Like today I had somebody comment on my abortion video that I made. It's so funny because I want to look at you like this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make eye contact with you here. And so, but today I was having this girl, she was in my comments about the TikTok video about the abortion. She was like, I can't stand when a man's talking about this. And I was like, I'm about to tell you I'm a girl and you're going to have to agree with me. And if you don't, you're toast, so it's kind of just like a funny situation that they've backed themselves into a corner, about this stuff. But anyway, guys, there's so many happenings that are going on right now. It's exhausting even trying to follow the trends of it because, and obviously some of this is intentional. I would say maybe a lot of it's intentional. I don't really know. But the thing I'm saying is that there seems to be consistent, I guess you could say a consistent effort to overwhelm the emotions of the people trying to pay attention to everything so that it kind of stalemates you and makes it so you can't kind of figure out anything about what you're doing. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff to go over, but Tina, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be here again. Hi, guys. Like, hi, Mom. That's what I'm saying. I'm so awkward.
What do I do with my arms? But it's only a matter of time before this just kind of becomes just kind of normal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So the story today, the one that I'm caring about the most right now, is the World Economic Forum and the UN talking about their newfound decision to cooperate with one another to help hasten or accelerate the 2030 Agenda 2030. That came from their mouth today. Let me show you guys this video here because it's pretty wild that they're just so brazen to be able to say these things out loud without having any fear or I don't even know that it would be considered fear. They don't care.
Don't edit themselves.
Yeah, they don't edit themselves
like no editing.
Right. It's not like they're trying to like prevent you from catching on.
Mm-hmm.
They're just saying it out loud.
Yeah, like they used to at least like kind of try to make you feel better a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, we want freedom for everybody, so therefore we're da-da-da-da-da. But they literally say
they don't even care.
Yeah, they're talking about getting rid of like personal
possessions and
private property. Sorry, I'm scrolling through this at the same time.
No, that's like how like China works with their. Oh,
here, listen to this guy.
Yeah.
This is the World Economic Forum.
This afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda.
It's very clear. It's for the purposes of accelerating in their agenda for the Agenda 2030. Which is pretty wild because when you look into the Agenda 2030 and you look into what they want to do, it's overwhelming, the amount of control that they want to have. Now, obviously, the entire literature is cloaked in the literature of all of it is cloaked inside of self-defense mechanisms and making sure that like everybody's safe and everybody's gonna get to participate. Mm-hmm. They're sneaky with the way that they explain it, and it's like it's not even true. What they're really saying is, we are going to tell you it's for your safety, but really what you're doing when we promise you the safety is you're having to step foot into our hands and stay there, And so it's kind of difficult to warn people that are just kind of blindly following everything that, hey, this might end up terrible.
It's under the guise of we want to end hunger. So right here, when you look through this, as you go through this, it keeps talking about like these unthinkable hunger, and we want to help people, and we need to take here it is, to envision a world free of fear and violence, a world with universal literacy, a world with equitable and universal access to quality education at all levels, to healthcare and social protection, where physical and mental and social well-being are assured.
I want you guys to see how it actually looks too.
Yeah, it's real legit.
Look at this page.
It's legit looking. Like, look at it. And obviously, like, that's not cheap to have people to make that page and maintain it and stuff like that.
I mean, look, and they're talking about, look at this. The agenda is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. So it's literally an entire planet, right? And then you scroll down a little bit, 169 targets that they have, which we're announcing today to discriminate the scale of ambition and this new universal agenda.
Yep.
They seek to build. Okay, so look, but so hang on. I want you guys to see. We are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality and in a healthy environment, right? So I love the word equality right there. That sounds great. But when you scroll down, it's got the equity written in this entire thing when it starts to talk about the actual declaration and the goals and all that. But so hang on, this is one of the planet. We are determined to protect the planet from degradation, including through sustainable consumption and production. Oh, okay. So sustainable consumption, meaning food rationing, right? Meaning rationing, and production, sustainability, managing its natural resources and taking urgent action on climate change. Yeah. Hilarious. What that really means is that they're going to be urgently taking your stuff.
Look at this. Almost 15 years ago, the Millennium Development Goals were agreed. What is that? Like, I mean, this stuff is
yeah, almost 15 years ago the Millennium Development Goals were agreed.
Like, what is that? Like, all this stuff, what are you talking about? These people are up here making decisions for us that
we never voted on.
Right, exactly.
Let me read this. But the progress has been uneven, particularly in Africa. We've made so much progress, except in Africa.
We missed a spot.
Yeah. Oh, you mean those guys who had the least like COVID cases, that entire continent? Whatever they did, I prefer it. I prefer it over the other side. Whatever they ended up doing. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, there's enough reason to be semi-concerned. Level 7, level 8, but the concerning part is that they've just so quickly agreed to it. Mm-hmm. You know, they really are like,
yeah,
they're going 100 miles an hour with this thing. Whether you're on board or not is almost irrelevant. And one of the interesting things here, I'll show you guys something else from the World Economic Forum. I want to show you guys this screen as well.
It's a lot to take in. It kind of makes you like see why people kind of want to like stay asleep, you know, as they say, because I mean this stuff is it's a lot. I don't know. For me, I don't know. Like,
well, yeah, no. If I didn't have faith or something, I'd be like, we're so doomed. You know what I mean? Because like I'm kind of always expecting the Lord to kind of have to come back anyway, because everything just gets shitty. Right. That it's made it a lot easier for me to just be like, all right, well, if it gets really bad, like my hope is not in this thing getting better right now. You know, but I want everybody to see this real quick. This is the World Economic Forum's website. I didn't pull this out of like some right-wing conspiracy theory, whatever.
Right.
This is in the global agenda category. 8 predictions for the world in 2030. You ready? All products will become services. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own any appliances or any clothes. Shopping is a distant memory in the city of 2030, whose inhabitants have cracked clean energy and borrow what they need on demand. It sounds utopian until she mentions that her every move is tracked, and outside the city live swaths of discontents, the ultimate depiction of a society split in two.
My God. I was like,
oh, so like,
is this a .org?
This is the World Economic Forum.org. Number 2, there is a global price on carbon. Just so everybody knows, a global price. You exhale carbon.
We are carbon.
You are carbon.
We are carbon.
So you're the tax. So I don't think you'll be paying tax for the existence of you. But there's a global price on carbon. China took the lead in 2017. They took the lead. They did the most ethical thing, is what they're trying to say. In 2017, with a market for trading the right to emit a ton of CO2, setting the world on a path towards a single carbon price and a powerful incentive to ditch fossil fuels. Are you kidding me? They're trying to give praise to China about their way that they're behaving. China, just so everybody knows, pollutes more than every single other country combined. There's not even a close second. They combined. So yeah, I'm glad they did something right with carbon, but like,
how about them and the whales? Remember, they're the ones that keep trying to hunt the whales, and the guy from the, what's it called, the Discovery Channel?
Bear Grylls?
No. They have a ship, the viewers might know it. They have a ship and they interfere with Chinese vessels trying to hunt whales and stuff like that. Chinese and Japanese vessels.
That's hilarious.
Hunt whales. You haven't seen that? Oh, it was
no.
like a big thing. Smashing Pumpkins, like song was the beginning. The world is a vampire. Or is that Spanish? I don't know. Smashing Pumpkins. Like, it was a real popular show. It's probably still happening now. But like a bunch of these hippies from like Greenpeace and stuff like that get on this big ship. They named it the Bob something. One of the rich celebrities that was very conservationist, save the whales. So they take the ship out, and it's huge. It's a legit ship, and they go and like throw these like detergent bombs like on the deck of the ship that's
so
whaling.
It's like non-warfare
Yes,
to stop the
make
killing
them
of the whales.
Slippery around. Yeah, you can't like yes. Oh my god.
You can't catch whales if you can't get a grip on your feet, man. Like, I just see a bunch of Asian people slipping, and they're like, and then guess what? They were like, you know what we should launch out of this? Some of those games, like the Wipeout games, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Where you see those people where they're supposed to climb the stairs and grab the thing, but it's all wet, and they're like, we should make this into a game, and we will punish the stupid Americans and make them pay for it. And guess what? We do. We love those shows.
Yeah, they're the ones that do that. So why are people calling out China just on what you said too? Like, they're the biggest polluters, and then things like that, and also the internment camps for the Muslims.
Where they harvest their organs, they sell their organs and everything.
I didn't know they had that many.
Yeah, it's between 1 and 3 million. So I want to read you guys number 3 on the World Economic Forum, their predictions for 2030. And by the way, these aren't, in case you haven't realized yet, these are not just predictions, okay? They are actually attempting to accomplish some of these things, right? They're literally praising China for what they've done, and they're the people controlling the way that the United States and all these other countries decide to respond to these kind of moral expectations for something that's unclear and unelected, right? But so here's the thing.
That's a really good way to say it. It's a great point. Unelected.
Yeah,
great point.
All of them are unelected. Yeah. We didn't tell them that we wanted them to do this, and they didn't. They're just really, I don't even know what they are. Maybe rich, something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But so, okay, I want you guys to hear number 3, though, because number 3 is the real kicker, okay? Have you noticed that the U.S. has been starting to suck over the last 2 years, or mainly over the last year and a half or so? Right, that all of like the dollar, people are getting, like big other countries are getting away from using the dollar because it's not backed by oil and stuff like that. So there's all these issues that Biden is giving up the ground for, and you kind of start to think like, man, like I wonder if they're trying to like get the U.S. to just cripple itself before anything happens. And then we read number 3. Oh, what's number 3? Let me show you. Yeah.
Oh,
the U.S. dominance is over.
Oh.
We have a handful of global powers. Nation states will have staged a comeback, writes Robert McGaugh, research director at the whatever the hell institute. Instead of a single force, a handful of countries, the U.S., Russia, China, Germany, India, Japan, chief among them, show semi-imperial tendencies. However, at the same time, the role of the state is threatened by trends, including the rise of cities and the spread of online identities. So U.S. dominance being over, right? There's only certain people that want U.S. dominance to be over. Most of them are pissed off because our corrupt politicians killed their family, which is fair. Some of that's kind of fair. But the other people that don't want it are the people that are trying to do more nefarious things. That the United States, when it's strong and has an actual conservative value core, like when Trump was in office, we would stop somebody from murdering millions and millions of other people. We would say that's not right. However, if you've got somebody like Biden in there that goes, well, hey, if it's to make everybody safer, like they're telling us our moral system is supposed to be, then it's completely different. And so they've got these agendas, and these aren't just like something that they wish they could do. They're accomplishing these.
They're doing it. Yeah. Wow.
Farewell Hospital. Hello Home Spital. Okay. We are eating much less meat. Meanwhile, in D.C., they just said in D.C. today, or I saw it on Twitter today, that they had some kind of tick, some kind of bug that bites you. And if it bites you, Tina, you are allergic to red meat from now on. I think it has something to do with Lyme disease, but I'm not real sure.
Real?
Let me Twitter it. Hang on.
Oh my gosh. God, why?
Insect bites. When a carrier tick, bites a human, the tick injects alpha-gal into the person's body for unknown reason. Some people have such a strong immune response to these molecules that they even no longer eat red meat or products made from mammals without a mild to severe allergic reaction. So notice there was somebody in TikTok or in Twitter today that was talking about how one of these cases came out in D.C. today. And look.
When was this discovered? Just curious.
I have no idea, but I want the world to see it. There it is, guys. I didn't lie. All right, there it is.
Yeah.
You got it. It's there. I didn't make it up. So I don't know when it came out, but
would it be interesting though that this disease was just discovered in
it wasn't just
2021?
Discovered. It wasn't just discovered.
Okay,
because I knew about this.
Now I'm like tinfoil hat everything.
Well, you should be. I mean, let's be real. There's a group of people that are trying to control the world, and they're telling you exactly what they're going to do, and they want you eating insects. I don't understand what their fascination with this is, but
it's more sustainable. I've seen a bunch of those
sustainable. By
channels.
sustainable, they mean cheap. They need you to be cheap. Have you noticed, like America has one of the strongest economies in the history of the world, if not the strongest economy in the history of the entire world. Even the president of El Salvador said that there's no way you could see the demise of a civilization like this unless it was planned. He just said this the other day.
I think it's very interesting because one of the biggest proponents or the pushers of the whole no meat and eat bugs thing is Bill Gates, right? There is a magazine article that is from 2016 or 2015, in the 2010, after 10 or something like that. And he says, they asked him, what's your favorite meal? Like, what's your ultimate favorite meal? And he said a hamburger or a cheeseburger. Like, and then now he's trying to convince people to eat like soy and Beyond Meat and things like the insects and things like that and alternative meats and it's just so weird. But and he pushes that like all the time. It's just sick. Like today, did you see he was on like some interview where he said that next time the lockdowns need to be harsher. Oh, we need to behave more like Australians. That's what he said. Oh my gosh, like man. Today
That's
or
the
yesterday.
last thing that we need.
No, he literally. I don't.
Y'all need to just get in line, dude. These losers, man. That's the thing. These losers. Nobody would hang out with these people if they were just at a brunch and didn't have billions and billions of dollars, and people just wanted to be like hanging out with people. They'd be like, cool. They'd stand near Bill for 8 minutes, and they'd be like, this guy is so boring. This guy's so lame, and they'd walk away and go do something else. Mm-hmm. They'd have to. Golly, you just forget how much crap happens.
I know it.
Until I start scrolling through all the stuff that we sent in a matter of.
I know. I was looking at it.
This is probably 4 hours worth of us putting stuff on.
I know. We
and
can't
it's just
do it all.
It's unstoppable, man. There's so much stuff. So the shoplifters, you guys saw that in the Walgreens inside of San Francisco again. Yeah, San Francisco just getting wiped out by literal people who come in with trash bags. With black trash bags, basically, and they're like, I'm going to get as much as I can. Like, I literally know I'm going to rob the entire store with as much shit as I can grab, and I'm going to leave. And people are just letting this happen, too. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder what will happen when regular human beings start to realize that our powers that be are intentionally disincentivizing us. Because we live in such a privileged society that we don't care when someone takes something from us and stuff like that. But like, I've been watching 1883. Have you seen that yet, Tina?
No, you were telling me about it last time. I promise I'm gonna watch it.
1883,
I gotta watch it because
1883
it's connected to,
is fire.
You said it was the beginning of Yellowstone, so of course I have to watch it. I love Yellowstone, of course.
Yeah, Yellowstone's great. 1883's got a little bit of like pro hardcore womanness, but compared to the other stuff, I'll just deal with it. It's not even that bad. I'll eat the turd.
I think that maybe this is how we got here though, Ross. By saying, I don't mind a little bit of leftism in my entertainment. I feel like that's how we got here.
Yeah, but is it like basically the girl just wants to like be a cowboy? She wants to be a cowboy, but she loves boys and stuff still. She's not gay or anything.
Okay.
So it's not super left. She just wants to be free enough to wear pants and be a cowgirl, basically. Yeah. And so I'm like, that's not that big of a deal. But then again, she like they act like it wouldn't matter that she fell in love with an Indian and stuff like that. And I'm like,
so
dude, this is
1883. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they would have been like, this is literally suicide for you to do this.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. So it's a little woke. But you know what I noticed the other day? Have you seen the movie Inside Out? I believe it's a Disney movie. Inside Out, where the girl is turned, and all the personalities, the feelings, right? When the mom and the dad were having a discussion with her at the table, they showed the mom thinking, oh, he's gonna say the wrong thing, da da da. Oh, why did we leave that Brazilian man da 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 for him? Yes. And then like it makes her, the next scene is her imagining the Brazilian guy in her imagination to kind of check out of the conversation that's going downhill at the table or something like that. I didn't know
the cartoon had that in it.
Yes, it's kind of quick, but watch it. Like that's what she does. She sits there and is thinking, oh, why? And we left the Brazilian guy for this or something like that.
And that's a kid's movie.
It's a kid's movie, exactly. I don't like that it disrespected the father. I know it's so small.
But that's the thing, man. I've realized being around enough now and having 3 kids of my own, I can see that. I guess the way that they chip away at the strength that comes from your father, it's almost like to the degree that you believe your dad is telling you the truth, and to the degree that you believe he's a good man is the degree that you succeed in life almost. Like to the degree that you can respect him and go, I'm going to work hard to whatever, it really creates like a safe place for you to, I don't know what the word is. It's a great buffer. And so if you disrespect that and you're always thinking that you have an inadequate situation, you're looking for a better father figure, then you can find one, and the government is happy to provide those to you today.
No, it's such, I know people probably think I'm like being crazy about it or whatever, but I really do think I didn't like that. Same thing with How to Train Your Dragon. The I think it was the third one or the second one.
I didn't watch them.
Where he finds the mom and then they kill off the father, and then the mom has been gone his entire life, but she just plops right back in with no like issues. She just like fits right in, and they killed off the father, even though the father was such a
strong, powerful alpha male.
Well, not just that, he was very to the first story, he was very like pivotal. Like
to
that story, he was a big part for why movie 1 happened in the first place, and then they just boom, kill him off. But that bothers me because those things are, as we're seeing, it's kind of adding up. Somebody compared a bunch of pictures of Parenting Magazine, and a bunch of issues are showing just the mom and the kids, no father. Like, I think these things actually are something.
Yeah, well, they obviously are. They know that if they can get rid of the males, they can get rid of the... They know if they can get rid of the males, they can get rid of like the confident voices that would eventually stand up against them.
Well, and another thing too is, so regular, I call them like normies, they don't see it. They kind of said what you said. Oh, it's just a little bit so it was no big deal. It's just a little scene. So I let the kids watch it. It's no big deal. So that's kind of like, is that passiveness what got us here in the first place, where we're all like, oh my gosh,
Sure. Well, so I'm looking at this video of Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, fathers need to be there to protect from guys like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
This guy's whole thing is just... So Zach Wheeler is an NBC anchor.
I was about to say, where is he?
Right after this story broke is when the Roe versus Wade overturning Supreme Court situation came out. So there's probably the reason you haven't heard very much about it is because of that. But I want you guys to see what this story actually is. It's an NBC anchor that traveled and got caught to catch a predator people locally, and they recorded the whole thing and then sent it in to snitch on this guy. And he's really mad because his entire career is basically over. But I want you guys to at least hear it. So
I can bring the comment.
Now you're trying to say you were here to just help him and drop him off.
Nice to the kid. You said he lost his father. The father died.
Yeah.
The mother died.
Said, are you trying to catch a predator? Because I'm not one.
I am not a predator.
So you think we went over some innocent stuff?
No, because I'm actually a kind Christian person
who
actually cares about people, and I have this, and now you're going to ruin my whole entire life.
Hang on one second.
I'm going to lose my job and everything.
Well, you were talking about coffee and how old my uncle was.
I have no desire.
Let's see.
I have no desire.
Let me ask you something. Out of the, how many, 30-some people we caught, how many think said, I'm just going to show up and tell them to go home?
They all said.
Every one of them.
They all did.
Every one of them.
But I can tell you that I truly mean it.
So why were
that
you...
I was not I wasn't even going to come here because I knew that this was you guys. And I figured,
Oh, he knew.
Actually, this was actually a good story to do.
Oh, I'm sure you know.
So you
No,
said,
no, I did. I did know it was you.
Oh, it was
I
a
did know
story.
it was you.
I was actually here because I wanted to do a story, everybody. You didn't catch me trying to be a pedophile. I wanted to do a story about pedophiles. I knew you guys were baiting me. Wow, this guy.
That's like I knew you were gonna do it. So that's why I planned this.
Right, I
Yeah,
planned it. I planned this.
it.
I know.
I'm the genius.
I know you cheated on
Yeah.
me. I already knew.
Listen.
Can I claim the
know.
stage for 2 minutes?
Yes.
You said, look at your beautiful eyes. I said, I think we'd hit it off, honestly. You're into thick, chubbier guys. Any shirtless pics? Don't interrupt me yet, please. That already sounds bad.
Yeah,
that already sounds bad.
Yeah, it sounds bad. Yeah, it sounds bad, dude.
Let's just say I'm a public figure. So you're in 11th. Clearly, we went over multiple times about the age in high school. And you knew 15. So let's not backtrack over 18. I'm afraid to be ambushed. I want to cuddle. Who would say that to a minor if now you're trying to say you were here to just help him and drop him off?
Listen.
You wanted to cuddle.
I was not ever going to... How long is this going to take? Because I really want to just go.
You're free to go. 5 more minutes, but you are free to go.
Dude, he's
what's
talking
gonna
about
happen
cuddling with a
next? You're gonna
15-year-old.
post this everywhere.
We'll talk about
Where-
that after.
where at?
Like I said, it depends on.
Do you need money?
It depends
No.
on how you handle the situation. So right now,
Okay.
part of this is in your.
All right, because I will do, honestly, I will help you guys find more predators if you want. I know you think I'm some sick predator, but I'm really not.
I know, but we don't need to help.
I know, but I would like to
tried to do the
broadcast.
bribe,
I would
and
like
now
to
I
actually
know
do
We're
a
already
story.
working with local news.
Oh my god.
He said I'll hook you
See,
up.
I didn't watch the full video yet. I watched the highlighted version. This is so much worse. This is like the 8 stages of deception that you do when you're trying not to get caught in something. And you're like, and he exhausted all of its pivot.
went through
I
your
was here to help this young man. I was here to do X, Y, Z. Let's keep listening. I want you guys to hear this whole thing because this
That
is
was so good. You're right. He went through like the stages of grieving.
yeah. It's really like he won't simply because he's doing whatever he knows he's screwed. He knows he's screwed. I don't know why this.
Like he was literally about to bribe. He was about to bribe. Or if
He
you,
did
oh,
try
see,
to
if you
bribe. What
want-
do you guys
if you
need,
want
money?
Yeah.
To be honest, we get it broadcast.
Well, good, then let's get a broadcast.
We're going to broadcast you.
Why? I did not do anything.
Okay.
You showed up to meet a kid.
I did show up.
Send a picture
I
of
showed up. I did show up. I showed up to tell him that he needs to not go with people that are older than him.
Hang
I
on,
really
you sent a
did.
picture.
Do you know that's already a felony?
Yeah, I know it is a felony.
Well-
It's a felony to have sex.
It's a
That's
felony.
what-
Even
it's
to
a
lure a
felony
minor.
sex. I didn't lure any minors.
Oh, you did?
I did not lure any minors.
All right, well, hang
There's
on.
no
You sent a
minor
picture
here.
of a nice
There's
teddy
no
bear
minor here.
puppy. Very nice dog, by the way, in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You said he'd like to sleep with you too. I said, oh, is that a real pic? He's so cute. You said, yeah, doggy. I want one in New York. I said, I can play doggy. You said, give you some kisses.
No, the
I said, I
dog
love-
is giving you kisses.
This is too.
Well, hang on. It gets personal. It says, love kisses, neck, cheek, stomach. Oh, giving or getting. So you're getting sexual with a minor right there. You said, yikes. We're both Scorpio, so yikes. Passion.
oh my
Does
god.
not sound good for you.
I'm like feel cringe. I feel
How many guys have you
uncomfortable.
had sex with? You like getting head, love whole.
Oh my god, this guy. See, look, when you don't see the whole video, you're like, man, this guy did something bad, but I'm not 190% sure. I'm like 99.9% sure when you watch the normal video. This makes it 150% sure. This dude came to meet a 15-year-old kid to do the dirty with him, bro. Oh my god.
So if this was a boy, because there was another. Did you see the superintendent that got caught trying to meet a 13-year-old girl?
No.
This like happened like 2 days or day before this,
me
or the
find
same
it.
day. Superintendent tried to meet with a 13-year-old girl, but it was like a to catch a predator type of thing. A school school board guy, real high up. He was just like, I saw the video. He was just like walking away. They're like, we have some questions to ask you, and he just like looked like he knew he was screwed.
According to
He
predator
knew.
catchers, Gray traveled almost 3 hours from Goshen, Ohio to meet who he believes was an 11-year-old child.
I think this one's different.
This was April 26th.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that part. Why are there so many? That's already too many in my opinion. Because remember, these are supposed to be like the high-ranking members in our society, right?
These are the people that are taking control of your kids, man. I mean, what do you do with this? I think this is another one. Let me look at this one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's the one. See? It was a different one.
No, this is the same one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, same one.
Okay, my bad.
Same one. Is this the dude that was in the Walmart and the guy's like, no, the embarrassing part's going to come next, and then he starts shouting?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, so the Catch a Predator guys, I love them, by the way. The more shame you can give these guys, the better.
Did you see when they were trying to make... Yeah, this is... Yeah.
Look, and it's a bunch of what looks to be really normal ass people trying to catch predators, and one kind of badass looking dude kind of looks like the Predator.
Right? No, that's what needs to happen is normal people. You know, that's
Yeah,
what they're
normal
taking it into your
people.
own hands. I mean, we still shouldn't be paying taxes that much then if they're not going to do it. Did you see?
But they don't do it, man. The FBI doesn't find shit. You could tell the FBI to look for a turd, and they would look everywhere but the toilet, man.
It has to be the right turd.
Yeah, it has to be the right turd.
Yeah.
Is he a right-wing extremist?
That
Is it a person who's not a turd yet, who might be a turd if we can get 7 people to manipulate him a little bit and then catch him being a turd? You know, it's such a joke, bro.
No, exactly. Like, and that's. Did you see? I feel like this was a tinfoil hat. I feel like this was like a government type operative, right? Do you remember when the YouTubers who were doing, there was a lot of those YouTube channels and like a couple of like snafus that had happened with some of them, I can't remember, but people were discouraging it. Like the media, the news are saying this is too dangerous. These regular
the Catch a Predator stuff.
Yes,
yeah, because people were starting to turn into vigilantes, sort of. And at least that was what they were saying was the fear.
I think they were trying to discourage it
right.
for nefarious reasons.
Right.
Like,
we don't want everybody doing this. This is going to... You put yourself in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
You got to be more cautious.
Yes, they were really like going hard for it. And now looking at how many like higher up people or how many people in our either like elected positions or in like high paid positions are being caught with this kind of kiddie stuff. It's
a lot. And you know, the thing is the dam's going to break at some point. At some point, Tina, the dam will break and it will become like, oh, you guys all had a network somewhere and you were communicating with each other because this many people don't go after kids unless they're influenced by one another. If your perception of the world is that nobody goes after kids, so I'm not going to either, which is the perception of the world you should damn well have out of either moral, so I'm not going to go after kids, or nobody else is going after kids, I better not either. That's the moral expectation because we'll literally kill you, right? That's what societies do to people who touch kids. I don't know if you've ever seen one of them I'll call it back end of the internet websites, right? That's got like all completely raw footage of people catching rapists and stuff like that, and Sudan and other places, and they're just chopping them up with a machete. That's still the way that we feel about it. We just let the government do it to you now. But as soon as the government doesn't and they catch you, which seems like the government's helping that along. I mean, shit, in California, they're passing laws about being able to be 20 years. If you're 28, you can bang an 18-year-old. If you're 24, you can bang a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you're 22, you can bang a 12-year-old or something like that. There's like it's some kind of law.
Did you see what happened recently?
No.
Yeah, I saw what you're talking about. What happened recently? They are defunding. I don't know if it's happened, but they're defunding the child protection unit, a big child protection unit in all of California, I believe. Or in Los Angeles, something like that. They're completely defunding the child programs. Like it's almost like that's where they're taking the money from.
Yeah, here, everybody. We actually took the money from the Child Protection Services, and we've actually created a sex ed course for every single one of you. This has how to put condoms on everything you can think of, including if there's a little bit of unicorn furry play. Oh my God. You know, like it's heading there. It's heading there. And these people are so, defiled. They don't even realize it. They don't even realize it because they haven't ever been in a situation where they've had a healthy... you ever met somebody that's been really jacked up, Tina? And then it's usually a girl that's like it's like she's been through a really tough time.
Right.
Maybe there's a lot of sexual trauma. And there was a couple girls when I was back in my dating life, when I was in 7th, 8th grade, where like they would like kiss and they like might bite your lip or something. And the first time it ever happened, I was like, what are you doing? Or whatever. And she was like, that's just the way that in my head, I was like, who damaged you? Yeah, like who hurt you? Like why would you do this to me? I'm at the skating green with you, sis. Like why you gonna bite me? You know, there's some girl I acted the skating ground. It was 7th grade, bro. I was having fun. You know, then she bit me, and then I was just like, dog, I don't know. Anyway.
And the internet wasn't as accessible too. So what are the parents allowing them to watch, or you know, what's going on there that you're kind of like, why would a 12-year-old get that in their brain? You know.
Hang on, I want everybody to see who our leaders really are.
What are we looking up here? Oh, yeah.
You seen that picture?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that picture, but I know what you're gonna put. Oh my god! I saw a blurred out one on Instagram. I didn't see the real thing.
Wait, okay, so that's Max Schwab.
Oh man.
Man, he looks a lot like.
What is he wearing, guys? He's wearing some like. Oh my gosh, I can't. Is that real?
It's real.
Okay, he's wearing. Oh, where do I start? Thigh-high lace, and he's on a beach. There's people.
He's on
there
a beach.
At the beach.
Imagine
a Victoria's Secret model.
Imagine a 72-year-old, slightly kind of saggy, overweight man who is wearing a lingerie strapping white, like he's getting married.
For Victoria's Secret.
For Victoria's Secret, and he's got something that is about as large as a not blown up balloon covering his Johnson and Goods.
Just that. It's just a little.
It's just that.
Piece,
it's
just
just
like
covering the tips, guys. Just the tips.
Like I see inner thigh and everything. Maybe a little bit of ball sack. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit of the area there.
And he's got like S&M like leather straps on him and everything.
Ugh. Yeah, Grossville.
And he was in public.
Yeah, these people, man. These people want. I don't know what they. Well, now that wasn't Klaus Schwab, but it looks a lot like him. I just learned that wasn't Klaus Schwab just now, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it definitely was. Anyway, what else is up?
So, the Moderna is seeking emergency approval for use for the jab on kids from 6 months to 5 years old. I can remember. They're seeking emergency use. Where? Where's the emergency? Like, they've even admitted themselves. Fauci himself came out and said that, oh no, everything is calming down, everything is going good. Yeah, we're out of it. Remember, he had to like change his tune recently, but they said, everybody's been saying, and even if we were in like the peak of something, they told us that children were the least affected. They statistically are.
And they have worse reactions to the vaccine.
Yeah.
Than adults do.
They're
primarily probably because the stuff that's in it hits them at a higher percentage. You know, if you take a shot and they take a shot and it's the same shot, it does more to a kid than it does to you because they're smaller than you.
They said that, and they said that they've been giving kids like adult doses. Like, it's kind of like, you know how adults and kids can take Tylenol at a certain age, but you only give a little syringe full because it's diluted, and then a freaking adult could take 3 of them and be okay.
Right.
Yeah, they said they were giving adult dosing to kids at first. So, but that's what I think they were trying to say. They were trying to say that's what the reaction was from guys. Don't worry about it. We straightened that out, so now everything's good.
Yeah, and they're consistent about wanting to push this on the kids regardless of how risky it really seems for the kids. And people act like there's no risk, but like, you're allowed to look at stuff that you didn't agree with on Twitter now. Originally, you should go look at some of the stuff, if you're on the left and you're watching this, that you don't agree with and see if it seems to be accurate or not, because there's too much information out there for the death rate now, for the death rate of vaccinated people versus unvaccinated people. For all-cause mortality. You know, like we said, that this is going to hurt you in other areas, even if it helps you slightly in this one, for a disease that has a 99%, like, not a problem rating already.
I got something for you. Here, I'm going to airdrop this to you.
All right.
There's
so much to talk about, guys, that I don't even want to go through my list. Like, that's where I'm at. Me and Jordan also did the Speak Truth Without Fear podcast today, so I'm like double heading, so I'm just like beefy.
Okay.
And I'm just tired.
It's an Instagram post.
Okay, let me see if I hit accept. This is the ships that are inside of the bay waiting to dock for China to go and supply the world with all the food.
Oh,
And
Wow.
so I want you guys to see how backed up they are. That is all the ships.
Wow.
So it is just, I mean,
You can't even see the water.
you can't even see
the water.
the water. That's how many ships are backed up waiting, apparently, to get into the dock, to be able to supply the world with goods, because the world has become
Wow.
contingent on China
So,
for all their goods.
Yeah.
So even the CEO of Goya was like, we are going to have some serious issues sometime soon because of food shortages. There's no way around it. And
Right.
the only way this could happen was if the government initiated, because the world would never do this to itself. We would have rather have taken the chances with COVID
Yeah.
than to do this. You know how many people are going to die from this? You know how many? Look, I bet you guys one orange dot is a freighter that carries enough food for like 50 to 80,000 people or something. You know what I mean? Like, these are not small things. And look, there's a video today of a guy who was getting China, who was asking for food, and then finally, watch his face when he finally gets food.
老师傅在路边上。
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like, that's how hungry these people are. And I believe
God.
the place for that was, what's the place they just locked down?
Shanghai?
Shanghai. Yep, that was Shanghai. So,
That was heavy.
I mean, look, they're doing this on purpose. And you say it's for their safety. You say it's for safety. But then you look at that and you go, what about his safety? What about the people that are jumping out of their windows' safety? What about the Uyghur Muslim safety? Why are we listening to China about anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you realize that we are not. The people at the top that got put there by China are talking about and listening to and taking cues from China. Yeah. And it's a dangerous world out there, and it's going to eat your lunch if you're not careful, you know? Anyway, let me look on Twitter a little bit more because I had some other things I wanted to talk about.
So sad. Oh my.
Yeah, that would be the time where rioting. Okay, I got the pitchforks, you get the gas and the torches. Let's fucking do that shit. Cause you're not forcing. No.
There's only one solution to this, to all of this, because it's all interconnected. Starts with V, ends with E, and it's not vote.
Hey, TikTok. Do you ever wake up in the morning and think you just want to burn it all to the ground? And what I mean by burning it all to the ground is those old white men and the women who support them who want to tell me what to do with my body.
If Roe versus Wade gets overturned, there will be mayhem in these streets.
You think the global protests around George Floyd were big? You just fucking wait when you launch an attack on 50% of the American population.
Secondly, if you supported the use of violence to defend abortion clinics when the state recognized abortion rights and the cops were doing it, you should have zero problems with people outside the law now doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, so
I can't.
There you go.
To deal with that, I want to read you something, Ross. So this was a very upvoted Reddit post or whatever. Tim Pool read this on his podcast and I just thought it was so perfect. So she put, just canceled a first date this week because I can't emotionally handle more men in my life after all this. After SCOTUS news, the idea of having to laugh at some dude's jokes and listen to him ramble on about his life and possibly kiss/have sex with him, knowing he has all the rights in the world and I don't. I just can't. I don't have the emotional energy to even fake a smile. I don't know when I will.
Well, it sounds like that guy would have definitely hit it and quit it anyway.
Oh, but you know the way I see it? This is how I see it. Oh, ladies, I'm sorry. You have to start being a little bit more careful who you sleep with or how you sleep with them. We can't just live the Sex in the City life.
I can't handle one more selfish guy. Well, you probably shouldn't sleep with selfish guys to begin with. What you been doing? How many abortions you had?
Well, no, she's talking about even just the pleasantries of a date and just talking and I have to sit there and listen to his life or whatever. Just want to get to and we can't go bang afterwards because you don't want to be responsible with your body. I think Sex in the City ruined the way women look at relationships and or just living their life in general when it comes to relationships and when you should settle down or date or whatever. Sure. I really think that everybody's trying to live that hot girl summer, Carrie, whatever her name is, the Sarah Jessica Parker.
The girl, yeah.
Lifestyle, Sex in the City, go have sex with all these men, you're gonna be so happy, and your girls are gonna be there for you and your besties forever. They're like family, they'll never go anywhere.
Yeah, but it's just not even true. It's a lie.
Yeah,
it's a lie. You get there and it's an elephant graveyard for ovaries, and everybody who's 35 to 48 is just going like bitter, angry. They're having to pursue dreams that they may otherwise. Do you know what it's like? I'm a male, but when I look at my kids and I touch them in their head and I smell them and they snuggle me and they ask for cute things and I see them do neat little things with their, they get talented at things after a while. My daughter's starting to draw. She drew a terrible picture of me the other day. And it was beautiful.
Well, you need to post it in
your
Instagram stories.
You're right. I should. Yeah, you're right. I don't do enough.
No, just so
I don't do enough. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, I'll just do a little bit better.
He's going to keep me around forever, guys.
I'll just do a little bit better tomorrow. Maybe I'll just try harder, coach. But no, you're right. I should have put it on there because it was funny enough. And I look really stupid, too, so it made it even funnier. If I look at you like this, Tina, it's not so bad because it's kind of like I'm making eye contact with you.
No. Yeah,
do you feel
exactly.
it, too?
I kind of was getting like
it's
this,
like
but
a mirror.
now we're starting to get it. Yeah, now
Yeah. And this is way easier, too, than trying to talk to this thing, too. So I'll be excited one day when I figure out that I don't have to do it like that.
Right.
And I'll be able to get everything on here because then my life will just be a little bit easier.
No.
But I mean, what the hell do we do in a society, guys, where we are basically being told that everything that we know is actually beneficial and good for humans is being either demonized as something that's bad for like morality in some way, or that it's demoralizing the people that are inside of it. Like if there's an institution in the world that, or if there is a country, or I guess you could say a place that you can look at throughout the world that is a better system than the United States as far as how they've done with the way people conduct themselves and how they've reduced the suffering in the citizens, I don't know about it. I don't know if there's a better, like maybe, and if you want to talk about the ones that we're talking about the ones that are like all the ones up Northern Europe. You know what I'm saying? You're not Denmark, Sweden, those guys. So like we're not really talking about like the communists or China or anybody that they're trying to mirror us after. Yeah. We're talking about the only thing I can think of is how they do the justice systems over there, where they'll do like, instead of giving you prison time for like 30 years, they'll give you like a 2-year, 3-year rehabilitation phase where you can like see your family and stuff still, but you're like in this shack. Yeah, but like you're in this shack by yourself and they like monitor your habits and help you get your habits better or something. And I'm like, oh my God, if you imagine if you are 350 pounds and the government said if you hit 355, we have to send you, we'll pay you to do this, but we have to send you to a 2-month boot camp session where you physically get put into better shape. They would reduce strain on the healthcare system. They would reduce strain on the welfare system because of that. They would reduce strain on so much stuff. And the people would probably recover significantly faster. You know what I'm saying? If you're on Medicaid or something, they're like, well, here's what we're going to do. There's a preventative stuff. We're going to get you healthy. And you're going to live longer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's so much more the government can be doing. I'm not saying the government should be doing that. Get the hell out of everybody's business what you're supposed to be doing.
But I think it's about accountability, personal accountability, like circling back to like the whole like being promiscuous and serial dating and not settling down, but then like regretting your life when you're a 42-year-old woman and you're still single.
Right.
That adds to it. Women on their own are a strain to the system, because when we get older, we're not as strong and everything, and you know, especially with kids. So what do you need? You need government assistance a lot of times. You know, it's just it's a big strain on the system. So you need to be, instead of living the Sex and the City life, you know, date with purpose, like you're going to date. I just don't.
Yeah.
Women aren't meant to be promiscuous either. I don't really understand where this is coming from. Like,
well, I know where it's coming from, but it just happened so fast that it was like, damn, like the conservatives didn't even had a chance to help their kids learn the traditions and be like, hey, I know they said literally bone everybody, but here's 85 reasons that that's a bad idea, and why having so much vulnerability physically and getting no reward for it back is damaging to your way that you have your self-perceived value, you know, or whatever it is, and why you will have significantly less confidence if you try to do that in this way.
Right. No, exactly. Like, it's, I don't know. It's definitely, that, like I said, the hot girl summer and the Sex and the City lifestyle drives me insane. Just drives me insane. And that ties into the abortion thing too, because that's what they want. They want this free reign to be able to be unaccountable. You know what it is? Women want, I saw a thing that said women want the power of a man, the privileges of a woman, and the accountability of a child. That, I mean, I really can't see, I can't
Say that
disagree.
again?
Women now, like the feminists, these big feminists now these days, want the power of a man, the privilege of a woman, and the accountability of a child.
Yeah,
I heard that,
that's
and I was
perfect.
like, oh my
Hold the door for me, and I own the door, bitch.
And I'm the CEO.
And then also, you didn't like what I said? That's because you're a fucking man. You know,
And then,
you're right. That is what it is.
And
Oh,
she
God.
loses
And
like
it's
100
destroying them, too, and they don't even know it. Could you imagine, Tina, me talking to the Nina girl who was running the disinformation thing, that young woman? I could not sit in an elevator. If the elevator broke, I would shoot myself. I would pull my perfectly concealed firearm, and after 17 minutes of trying to dialogue with that woman, I know that I would be like, it is so miserable to talk to you. And I bet you within 5 minutes the conversation would be, I would dominate her in the conversation, and she would be like,
and I bet all these feminist women dating are just like that, are probably just like her and spewing all this crazy
they don't have
stuff.
enough alpha males around them to know what they're doing. I bet they had a weak dad. Their mom probably told them to do some cool things. I don't know. Or the CIA raised them in tubes.
Well, look at Amber Heard. I actually found out that she came from a very broken home, not in the sense of physically broken. Lots of
Who's that again?
Amber Heard is
Johnny Depp's
Depp's wife. Yes,
wife, the one who chopped up his finger.
Yeah. Poor guy. I mean, he's getting his vindication, but I have an issue with that. I'll tell you in a minute. But like Amber Heard, she came from like a really bad home, like alcohol, drugs, all that good stuff. She was like a stripper and everything at one point. So it makes sense, but look what it created, like all this unaccountability, no accountability. Although her parents were kind of there, they really kind of weren't, because they were partying and doing their own thing. And look what she turned into, a monster.
Yeah, and I wonder too, because it seems like it's not seems like. Remember when we watched that video the other week of that girl? What was her name? Little Whoa.
Whoa, Vicky.
Whoa, Vicky.
Whoa, that's gonna be my rap name.
Wait,
Whoa?
What's Whoa, Vicky?
Whoa, Vicky.
Oh, it's WOAH.
Yeah, like, whoa,
Vicky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she was talking about how they wanted her to prick her finger for the blood or whatever, and before they came into like this cool party. Anyway, it was nuts, man. Well, guys, that pretty much does it for us tonight. I mean, that was a good hour and a half-ish.
Yeah. Oh my God, we still had so much more to talk about.
We had like 40 more topics, but
looks like I gotta come more often.
It looks like we gotta do more of these. Thanks for joining in. God bless everybody. It was a fun time. We're gonna hop off and have a good night.
Bye.